How are you? I can see Jason there, so let me just use English. How are you? So I'm really happy this morning to be here. I'm Rosaline, as you can see, beautiful, and I'm happy to be here. So I think let's get to it because I have somewhere to be in the next like 1 hour. I have just prepared something small. I'm happy to be a part of this conference. In Kenya, we have a lot of communities, Bitcoin communities, and once we come together, we can create something magical. And I'm so very excited about this idea and what we are doing. It is very unfortunate that I couldn't bring my community here because we had something else planned. But next time, we'll be here. Yeah, so let's get to it. So today, I just wanted us to talk about Bitcoin's role in businesses. Because as a founder of Bitbiashara, what we are doing and who we are dealing with is business people. I will say entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs are better explains why we do what we are doing. A business person is someone that will see, that has something and want to make something out of it. But an entrepreneur is someone that is open to improve even whatever he has, to make even more, to change the situation at hand. So we deal with entrepreneurs, we present Bitcoin, we show them how Bitcoin is a tool powerful to power up their businesses. So I will start. So as we all know, Bitcoin is a revolutionary innovation. It decentralizes the financial system. It separates money from the power, enables financial transparency, makes financial freedom attainable for anyone. By the way, can we all see? It's clear. Matuongeza? Kindly. Yeah. Like I was saying, we all know what Bitcoin is and what it does. But what people don't know yet is how that Bitcoin, that same Bitcoin, it is a tool enough to help take businesses to the next level. By the next level, I mean what? Bitcoin breaks barriers. Yeah, with Bitcoin in your business becomes a global business. With Bitcoin in your business, you have global customers that can pay you in seconds. Seconds and at a very little fee. So let's see how that happens. And I did a small comparison between M-Pesa and Lightning Network transaction fees. And we can all tell, when you're sending M-Pesa from Safaricom M-Pesa to another Safaricom M-Pesa, that is, the fee for 500 Kenya shillings is 7 bob. But when you use Lightning, it is less than 1 shilling. You have saved 6 point something shillings from one transaction of 500 Kenya shillings. How many transactions do we do in a day? As a business person, not even on an individual level. As a business person, how many transactions do you do in a day? You have paid your supplier, you have paid your delivery guy, you have bought your lunch, you have paid, it is all about paying and getting paid in business. And when this happens, there's transaction fees involved, right? So, Bitcoin helps with this, especially with the Lightning Network. So you can see that for 1,000 Kenya shillings, using M-Pesa, it is 13 bob. But Lightning fee, less than a bob. 2,000 Kenya shillings, 33 bob for M-Pesa, less than a bob for Lightning. 5,000, 57 for M-Pesa, less than a bob for Lightning. 10,000 Kenya shillings, 100 bob for M-Pesa, and around 1 shillings for Lightning. 20,000 Kenya shillings, 108, almost $1 to transfer. and 2 shillings or less. This fee is just to transfer. There is also the fee of withdrawing if you needed that money cash. You get? So it goes on and on and on, right? Yeah, but what if all of us, me, my supplier, me, my customer, me, my delivery guy, me, my video guy, my photo guy, my event planner, we are on the Bitcoin standard. We would save a lot, because we would forever live transferring our value that we own with almost zero fee, right? Let's go to the next. Even more savings in the global transactions. Look at this scenario. For 100 Kenya shillings, 100 Kenya shillings, to receive 100 Kenya shillings from abroad to Kenya, this is the amount, 12,925, payment from abroad. This is what you receive, according to the rate when I did this calculation. Okay, for PayPal, having been sent 12,925, you will receive 12,513. That is less 412. This is the standard rate for each transaction made using PayPal. 2.9% plus 30 cents the exchange fee rate. Right? Are we seeing where I'm getting at? Look at Payoneer. You will receive, instead of 12,925, you will receive 12,343, less 582. This consists of 1% of the transaction amount with a minimum fee of $4. $4. What can you do with $4? A lot. You can do a lot. You can buy milk even for 3 days, right? It is gone just like that because of a transaction fee. Plus now as a 0.5 exchange rate fee. Go to Western Union. The same case. You will receive 12,602, that is less 323. A transfer fee of at least $2.5. That is the minimum, $2.5. For the Lightning Network, now the favorite part. You will receive 12,924, less 0.4 Kenya shillings. Which one means? Lightning. Which one means? Lightning. Exactly. So, I think this explains why I do what I do. Because it is so magical. It is so, but the thing is, we don't know this, and we don't have the information, and we grew up feeling like it is normal to have transactional charges, to be in a system that is controlled. But now that we know better, let's do better, and let's preach the gospel, right? Next. So, there is the efficiency of transacting with fiat. Transacting in the current fiat-based financial system has its inefficiencies. And I have to put this slide here because transactions can take time, especially cross-border and global transactions. And don't get me started with M-Pesa Global. We all know, yes, it is fast, but can we talk about the limitation? Can we talk about the 300 Kenya shillings limit per day? And 150,000 per transaction. Bitcoin doesn't have that. Bitcoin doesn't have that. You can set any amount at any time of the day, right? And the transactions are flawless. So the second one is customers and payment platforms can reverse transactions. How many times have we had cases of someone that paid even Matatu 50 bob and they reversed? And you find that some Matatus will tell you, no, don't pay, you people will go and reverse the money. You see? So it happens. But with Bitcoin, it is reversible. Then there are limitations to how much you can transact at a time. I talked about it. And I put this one here, where this guy goes to the bank to ask for permission to spend his money. It doesn't make sense. This is my money. I put in the bank. I came out so that you can safeguard it for me. But when I come for it, I have to ask for permission to use it. Doesn't make sense. Bitcoin fixes this. Yeah, and then there is a risk of losing funds to hackers and frauds with access. How does Bitcoin fix this? So this is where we were saying Bitcoin fixes this by having transactions almost instant. Transactions are irreversible, and you need no permission to use your money. You can use your money whenever you want it, however you want it, because it is yours. So own that value. You work for it, kindly own it. Funds are secured by cryptography, which makes it hard to hack, right? Okay. Next. Number 3. Number 3, it is the hedge against inflation. We all know what is inflation, but for those who don't know, I'm going to explain. Growing up as a young child, I was raised by my grandmother. My grandmother used to give me 50 bob to go to the shop, and I could come back with bread and half a kg of sugar. Right now, that 50 bob cannot even buy me a small bag of soap, right? When I got married, a few years down the line, I remember milk used to be 28 shillings, and a few months down the line, it was the milk hiked to 30 shillings. And I remember we made a whole fuss about that, because milk is now 30 shillings. Why? Why are they doing this to us? Why are they doing it? But never ends, continues to be done again and again and again and again. And don't think it will ever end. It will never end. But the thing is, we grew up with this happening, so we think it is normal that your money can go valueless, or maybe things can go expensive out of just thin air because somebody decided to say so. So Bitcoin fixes this, because with Bitcoin, your Bitcoin will not go any inflation. Why? Because Bitcoin is scarce, and Bitcoin has a market cap of 21 million, so there is no more printing that can be done. But your money will always be printed. The traditional fiat that you are using will always be printed, right? The other thing is, cash in bank is vulnerable to devaluation as the government prints more money out of thin air. As we speak, the dollar, since the dollar was invented, has lost 95% of its value. 95% of its value. That dollar that we hold so highly, because we say, oh, I have my money in dollars, so I'm safe. Are you safe? Are you really safe? It has lost 95% of its value as we speak. So what is left is 5%. And it is still going to lose some more value. So, you know where we are headed. But for Bitcoin, that will never happen. That will never happen. Next. This is just an indication of when you hold your money in traditional fiat, it is your money over infinity. Over infinity. But for Bitcoin, it is your money over 21 million Bitcoin. So the more adoption happens, or the more they print money, the stronger Bitcoin becomes, right? Yeah. So holding Bitcoin as part of a business's treasury strategy, it can protect against inflation and currency devaluation, a critical factor in regions with unstable fiat currencies. Number 4, it mitigates monetary policies. Okay, let me give a small story about what business people in this country are going through. 2 years ago, those people that import products to Kenya, they used to pay 27,000 to 30,000 per CBM for their goods, right? But right now, as we speak, it is almost 70,000. You are importing the same goods, but the tax rate has doubled. The tax rate has doubled, right? When you come to sell whatever you have imported, you cannot increase your prices because, why? There is low purchasing power. The money that these people are buying with, it is still losing value. On this side, the taxes are heavy on you, and on this side, there is low purchasing power. So, you continue selling with the same margin, with the same price, but the margin is diminishing with every import. The margin for this business person, for this entrepreneur, it is diminishing with each transaction that he or she does. And all this is because of control, right? So government and central banks control interest rates, which impact industries that heavily depend on credit. And this person, because the margin is too small, more often they will need to go to look for some more money, to reinvest into the business so that the business can continue running. But what happens when you go to the bank? You go to the bank, you get a loan, and the interest rates are hiked. Now, already, the tax for you importing is high. They have increased the rates for the loans that you want to use and reinvest in your business, and there is low purchasing power. So this business person is attacked from all sides, right? So what happens? They default to pay the loan because the business can barely survive. And when you default, you are on CRB. Nobody will ever give you loans again. And what happens? You close down. When you close down, you lose your livelihood. You lose it. So, what am I saying? If only there is a way that we can be on Bitcoin standard, and even if the taxes are increased, you have something at the Bitcoin standard that can revamp you. At the Bitcoin standard, there are systems that can help you get loans, even with your CRB report. Because if you have some Bitcoin held somewhere, it is a guarantee enough that in some few years to come, this money will not lose value like the currency that we are using. When they hike interest, these industries are low. They can barely survive. So that is another reason of why we do what we do. Let's look at Bitcoin yearly returns. If you are a business person and you have a part that has Bitcoin, a part of the money goes to Bitcoin reserve. Bitcoin has an average annualized return of 60% to 80% last 10 years. Include it into your business. Even when attacks come from left, right, and center, you will have something. You will have something. It is ahead against unfavorable monetary policies and economic downturns over the long run. We can see, this is a chart, I don't know if you can clearly see. 2013, it was 5,507%. 2014, minus 15%. 2015, 35%. 2016, 125%. This is Bitcoin yearly returns. So, the whole chart is there. Can you see it? Is it clear? It's not. What can we do? I continue reading it.
Yeah.
2018, minus 73%. 2019, 95%. 2020, 301%. 2021, 66%. 2022, it was a loss of 65%. 2023, 156%. 2024, 49%. But for the last 10 years, it is 60% to 80%. So as a business person, what I'm getting at is, as a business person, if you are not having something on the side of Bitcoin, which you can only have if you have customers that are willing to pay you with Bitcoin, and those customers will not come if you do not have the capability to receive that Bitcoin. You have to make it clear that, yes, I am open to receiving Bitcoin, I am open to receiving customers with Bitcoin, I am open to have customers who want to spend Bitcoin, right? And this is where we come in. We educate you on what is Bitcoin, we educate you on how Bitcoin can power up your business, we educate you on where you can get the Bitcoin, safe practices of Bitcoin, how to store it properly, and how to receive it. And after that, we come and brand your shop and just put a sticker and demonstrate to you how to receive that Bitcoin. This is what we do as Bitbiashara. So Bitcoin isn't just a breakthrough in how we view the money, it is a powerful tool for modern businesses. With lower transaction costs, faster and more secure payments, protection against inflation, and a hedge against unpredictable monetary policies. Bitcoin offers more than financial freedom. It offers financial resilience. As the global economy evolves, the businesses that adapt early to Bitcoin's potential will be the ones that stay ahead. A little story. There's a company that used to be called Kodak that used to take photos, analog photos, right? When other companies went digital, it was left analog. Where is that company now? Do you see their shops? Anyone? I don't. They were left behind as the world was moving. Same thing will happen to your business if you are left behind. So the future of businesses is borderless, efficient, and sovereign. And Bitcoin is leading the way. Now is the time to not just understand Bitcoin, but to leverage it. This is just part one of our madam, and this is what she had to say. Bitcoin is based on the idea of decentralization, meaning it is not controlled by a single person or group. It also emphasizes individual freedom and control over your finances. By learning about Bitcoin, we can start to question the limitations we have been taught, and realize that there are other ways of thinking about money and how the world works. This can empower us to break free from these mental restrictions and create a better future for ourselves. Ultimately, real change starts with changing how we see the world and our place in it. So as a business person, what is your place? Where is your place? As a visual artist, this is another one of our merchants. As a visual artist blending traditional African aesthetics with contemporary themes, adopting Bitcoin has significantly broadened my business horizons through the expanded payment flexibility. Bitcoin allows me to receive payments from clients worldwide without the limitations of traditional banking systems. This is especially helpful for international buyers who may face delays on high fees when using fiat currency. Overall, integrating Bitcoin into my art business has not only made transactions smoother, but has also positioned my work within a modern tech-driven economy. Thank you so much.
Let us clap for her. Some round of applause.